Hi guys, it's Carla. I just thought that this video might help to give you a little perspective about where things are in relation to each other as you're looking through the different resort options. Also, I'm more than happy to sit down and talk with you guys about this. I actually think that might be easier, honestly, because then you can ask questions. It's helpful for me to clarify, and you can kind of see some of the differences that I'm trying to identify, which I feel like don't always come across well when it's in an email. So if there is a time that works for you guys, especially now that the boys know, I am happy to stop by our house, even just 10 minutes, walk you through it. And if that's helpful, please know that I'm happy to do it. So, giving you a quick overview here with Walt Disney World, it is a gigantic space. So I think that's helpful in terms of understanding that going back and forth between things is going to take a decent amount of your time, really. So my suggestion with that is it's really helpful when choosing a resort to think about where you'd like to spend most of your time. Your boys are older, so needing to go back for naps, things like that, it's not the same consideration that I would be talking with my clients who have young kids about. But it is helpful still sometimes to have access to quick transportation, whether that's a monorail, whether that's a Skyliner. Those things still can be really helpful. So what I'd like you to see right now, and I'm going to zoom in here in a minute, your primary parks are going to be Animal Kingdom here, Hollywood Studios here, Epcot is here, and then Magic Kingdom is up here. So Epcot and Hollywood Studios are fairly close together, but Magic Kingdom obviously much farther up. In Animal Kingdom, it's not so far, but it still feels like quite a distance. You can't connect this park the way that you can Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Now, there's also the ESPNY World of Sports Complex. It's where they have some of like the cheerleading competitions and things. They've got Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Those are the two water parks, which honestly right now we're not really looking at. They're lovely, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend those, considering the other things that you have access to here. And then Disney Springs, which you don't need a ticket for. That's like the downtown Disney, has restaurants. It has walk around. You can have live entertainment. It's a great place to pop over for an afternoon, and maybe just have a meal there as a nice break from a park day and sort of mix it up with the pool that day. But then zooming in, I want to start here with the Magic Kingdom area. So the Magic Kingdom is going to have, you can see this little dotted line here. This is the monorail that goes around Magic Kingdom. And that's the train system basically that connects the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, and the Contemporary along with the Bay Lake Tower, which is basically sort of a separate building but adjacent to the Contemporary Resort. All three of those resorts are connected on the monorail. Additionally, right here, it's not identified, but this is called the Ticket and Transportation Center. It is another stop on the monorail. And so what that means is you can walk there from Polynesian, or you can take the monorail from Grand Floridian or Contemporary to this Ticket and Transportation Center. And then you can see right here, there's another line for a separate monorail. That's the one that will take you to Epcot. So having access to both Magic Kingdom and Epcot via the monorail is something that's limited to just Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary / Bay Lake. Those are honestly great assets to have. It doesn't mean that that's what you should pick by any stretch, but those are great assets as far as getting quickly to and from those parks. Now, each of these, Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary, also have great dining, and having the monorail allows for them to have quick access to each other. You also can walk to Magic Kingdom both from Contemporary and from Grand Floridian. You technically can do it from Polynesian, but it would take a long time. I wouldn't suggest it. These also have shuttle service, but water shuttle. So you can take little launches from each of these places to Magic Kingdom. Now, the interesting thing is that the Contemporary Resort, that launch was one of the last to reopen. So that one can be a little bit hit and miss about it. But honestly, the walk is so fast from here, I wouldn't wait for a boat. Now over here, this is Wilderness. And so Wilderness has Copper Creek, it has Boulder Ridge. They're basically sort of hotels within the hotels. It does not have monorail access, but it does have buses to the other parks, and it has a boat launch which takes you to Magic Kingdom, as well as a boat launch which can take you over here to Fort Wilderness. That's the big campground. They have cabins, some fun places to eat. You actually can do archery, horseback riding, a whole bunch of activities over here as well. So not something you need to do, but just of interest. One of the things that I love about Wilderness is that it does have this really quick access here to Magic Kingdom. You can, if you want, go to Magic Kingdom and then from there take the monorails over to Epcot, or you can, if you prefer, be able to catch then a quick ride to other resorts if you're having dinner at one of them. So even though this doesn't have quite the same accessibility as the 3 on the monorail, it still is a really easily accessible resort. It's also something that I really like because it tends, since it's not on that monorail, to price a little bit better. And the pools are great, the amenities are great. So any of these 4, I've stayed at them all. They're fantastic. You would not go wrong with any of them. It just, they each have different feels and different benefits to them. So now, if we continue here, we head south, then I'm going to take us right over here, and this is Epcot, and then right down here is Hollywood Studios. So I'm going to leave that so you can kind of see both again, Epcot, Hollywood Studios. Now, the newest addition to transportation options, you can see kind of this little line right here. That is Disney's Skyliner, and that's the gondola system that basically connects multiple resorts to Epcot and to Hollywood Studios. So Caribbean Beach here, actually, this building specifically is where you either could connect to the Hollywood Studios branch, or it's one of the stops on the way if you're going up and over then to the other resorts. So one of the great things that I like about this, and this is Beach Club, Yacht Club, there's also Boardwalk and Swan and Dolphin. I quoted specifically Beach Club and Yacht Club because those are my 2 favorites here, and because Boardwalk is also undergoing a lot of renovation that I'm not sure will be done. Hopefully it would, but I've held off on quoting that one until I know how much work is going to be finished, because honestly, it's enough work that there's no reason not to look at some other options. But Yacht Club, Beach Club are fantastic. So you have the best pool in all of Disney World here. It is this great area too that since all of these are so connected, you can walk around to all of them, visit the others, go to eat at them. It's just a nice sort of environment there. You can grab from here also a boat. The boat, they're called the Friendship boats, will take you over and up here to Epcot, or it also take you down here to Hollywood Studios. So again, nice options for transportation. Now the gondola actually drops off right at this spot. So the great thing about these resorts as well is that not only could you walk right over here to Epcot, and this is World Showcase where a lot of the best dining options are, but you also can walk right over here to catch the gondola coming down over and then connecting right here to Hollywood Studios. So again, just like the monorail resorts, Yacht Club, Beach Club, and Boardwalk, to be fair, all of these have great access to be able to get either over to Epcot or quickly down to Hollywood Studios. Now, not too far away from there is the Riviera Resort as well. That's right here. And you can see you actually can walk from Riviera over to this connector if you wanted to get over to Hollywood or to go up to Epcot and World Showcase, specifically that stop. Riviera is one that is another one I quoted for you. It's actually Disney's newest. Beautiful resort. Again, pretty quick access. You're not going to walk to the places the same way, but having that ability to quickly jump over on the Skyliner is great. You can walk to Caribbean Beach, so if you wanted to go have dinner there, that's an option too. Then we're going to go right down here. The Art of Animation is one that I quoted as well. It also has Skyliner access. It's at sort of this last stop here. And then we're going to pop over this way to get to Animal Kingdom. And this is Animal Kingdom. It's the hugest park by all means. Like the parking lot is like almost the size of Magic Kingdom. So it's giant. It's something that you only are going to be able to reach by bus. And then Animal Kingdom Lodge and Animal Kingdom's Kidani Village are both right over here. So they both sort of fall under the Animal Kingdom Lodge blanket, but this is the main house that's called Jambo, and then over here is Kidani Village. Now, something of interest here is that in many of these resorts that have sort of two separate buildings, one of the buildings tends to be more villas, the other building tends to be more the traditional hotel rooms and the suites. So you have great pools at both, you have great amenities at both. You can generally go back and forth between them. There are occasional resorts where it's more sort of separated than that, but usually if you want to use your pool here, you can go over here. If you want to use the pool here, you can go over here. Like, it allows for those easy back and forth. One thing again with Animal Kingdom and Kidani Village, I mean, it's amazing. The resort is fantastic. It, again, prices well because it doesn't have the same direct access to a park that other deluxe resorts have. One thing that is amazing, though, about this resort, and it's just a special thing, is that you have in all of these spots here, this is a savanna, and there are animals that are just roaming around all the time. So you literally can look out a window and there's a giraffe outside just, munching on some leaves. So that's a really, really cool experience. It's a resort that I've had no one ever regret going to. It just really, the thing that pauses me on recommending it specifically for you guys is just that knowing it's your first time at Disney, knowing that you're probably going to spend a lot of time at the parks, having the access might be a winning factor. Now, again, though, that being said, it's still a quick bus ride to any of the parks, and the resorts themselves are amazing. So hopefully that helps. I apologize for the long video. I just thought it might be useful to be able to get a feel for some of the different locations, understand a little bit more where they're at in relation to each other, and just sort of talk through, benefits, drawbacks to all the different ones. If you have any other specific questions, I am really happy to help. Please don't hesitate to let me know, and hope you're having a great day. Thank you.